Good afternoon. I'm George Latimer, Westchester County Executive, and I'm here with the leaders of the Hispanic community, members of our Hispanic Advisory Board, to announce an important initiative that will reach out to Latinos all across Westchester County and survey them and help identify priority needs that we can address as a county government. Along with County Legislator David Tubiolo, who is with us here, and Martha Lopez, who is a Director of Programs and Policy dealing with the diversity here in Westchester County. We're joined by Dr. Carmen Martinez Lopez, who is the head of the Hispanic Advisory Board, and other members of the board that serve with her. And in a few seconds, when I introduce Dr. Martinez Lopez, she will introduce her colleagues on the board. The important announcement today is that Westchester County is making an outreach, and we're using the professional skills as well of our friends at Pace University to survey the Latino community across Westchester County. This initiative, which is done in concert with Pace, is the first needs assessment of its kind in over 2 decades. The idea is to gather insights and data from the Latino community and to discuss issues of education, healthcare, employment, housing, social services across the board. We've done something very similar in the last year plus with the Asian American Pacific Islander community that has identified information that has had that organization be able to prioritize tasks, and we believe the same thing is possible now under the leadership of our colleagues who've served on the Hispanic Advisory Board. We know that a survey will give us qualitative data from people's opinions, will also give us quantitative data, and with a certain rigor of analysis, be able to give us insights that would then lead to either legislation, which my colleague, Legislator Tubiolo and his colleagues, Legislator Jose Alvarado and others can suggest, or administrative actions, which we can take within the executive branch, and some of those administrative actions involve funding, some of which would go through the Board of Legislators. So all of that is in the future as we assess exactly what comes out of this process. We look forward for all residents in the Latino community who are involved to take part in this survey, and we'll talk a little bit more about its general intent by inviting Dr. Carmen Martinez Lopez, who is an educator by profession, very prominent educator at Westchester Community College, and through her background, she graciously agrees to serve as chair of this board, and she's next up. Dr. Martinez Lopez, thank you.
Thank you, George, for all your support. Good afternoon, buenas tardes. On behalf of the Hispanic Advisory Board, I am here with my colleagues, Alex Caro, Andres Castillo-Quintana, Marta Lopez, who has been a very instrumental person in connecting us with you, George, and we appreciate that, and Evelyn Santiago. And I will start. First of all, I would like to thank George. George, thank you for your support. And also to Ken. Ken is not here. For their support in this research on the Hispanic needs assessment. George and Ken understand the importance of this research. It's a research, it's serious. It's something that we in academia value. This has been a team effort with the participation of all the members of the Hispanic Advisory Board working together with the research team of Pace University. Here I am with Dr. Rebecca Tacola. Thank you, Dr. Tacola. The planning of this research started in fall 2023. Last year, and during the first semester of this year, we have been working on the survey to be sure that all voices are present in each one of these questions. This survey will be administered in English, Spanish, and Portuguese. As you can see, this research has been very inclusive. I am proud of the new generation of Latinas and Latinos leaders who are taking their responsibility seriously with our community. For example, Andres Castillo-Quintana and Alex Caro has been leading a group of members of the Hispanic Advisory Board to design the comprehensive outreach plan. And the goal of this plan is to maximize the number of survey respondents in collaboration with the communication director of the county. Thank you, Catherine, for all your support. We are going to contact everybody in this county, legislators, executives from the different municipalities. We are asking to every single person in the county to help us to reach the members of our community. We will use the findings from the research to perform our duties as a members of the Hispanic Advisory Board, such as advising the county executive and the Board of Legislators on issues that affect the quality of life for Hispanics in Westchester County, and working with the county executive and the Board of Legislators to recommend policies to improve opportunities for Hispanics and their families. Finally, our eternal gratitude to Marta Lopez, who is the liaison between the board and the executive of the county, George Latimer. She has been there for us all of the time. Let's achieve the goal of this research. Have a wonderful afternoon, everybody, and it's my pleasure to introduce my colleague from Pace University, who is assisting us with this research, Dr. Rebecca Tacola.
Thank you so much, Carmen and the county executive. On behalf of everyone at Pace University, I would like to thank the county executive and the advisory board for their trust in our partnership on this extremely important project. Community engaged research is something that our university has a very long history of in the county. And as chair of our Department of Public Administration and executive director of our Wilson Center for Social Entrepreneurship at Pace, we are so proud to be engaging in this way on this level of a project of such importance to the county and to the whole community. As has been mentioned already, the survey and interviews will allow us to have both quantitative and qualitative data and insights related to the Hispanic and Latino community within Westchester County on issue areas including education, healthcare, employment, housing, and social services. We'll be doing what we think of as a gap analysis to understand what we have as assets and resources on the ground, what we need, and try to identify where those biggest gaps are. Community engaged research is something that often happens in the field of public health, and in this case, we're thinking of it quite broadly in terms of the impact that we can make with this work. Researchers like myself think of this type of project as really a dream project. Faculty have to do teaching, research, and service are the three things that we need to do in academia, and this allows us to bring all three of those things together and really see a meaningful impact of our research in real time and partner with the Hispanic Advisory Board as true partners in designing the research and implementing the study. And so we've already been off to a fantastic start, and now we really encourage everyone to get the word out and please participate and really spread the word, because the more responses we have from throughout the county, throughout the different communities and towns, municipalities, the stronger of a understanding we can have of those needs, which then it's our honor to be in a position to inform the county on where policy should follow. So thank you very much to everyone. It really is truly our honor to be partnering on this project.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I think it's important to note that the individuals you see here, which is just a portion of the Hispanic Advisory Board, have the geographic diversity across the county. Evelyn is prominent in the White Plains community. Martha is an elected official in New Rochelle. Alex is a New Rochelle person as a resident. Andres serves on the Bedford Town Board, and by extension, the other members of the group that work with Dr. Martinez-Lopez are in all four corners of the county, and not just in the large cities, but in the smaller communities as well, because what we saw from Census 2020, and we made a major effort in this county to try to properly track and really outreach that was never precedented previously to show where the population rises, that there's a tremendous increase in the Latino population, and hailing from lots of different countries, lots of different cultures that combine into Westchester, and geographically diverse, not necessarily concentrated only in a handful of communities where there may be larger populations. And we think getting that diverse response for this questionnaire, people of all ages, obviously those with different educational backgrounds, those with different career paths, will give a complete picture to the advisory board and to the county of what the needs are of the Latino community. And then, as I said at the front end, where we go with it once it's completed, and there'll be results and assessments made, that we will be public about that through the advisory board. And then particularly, and this is where those of us in elective office will come into play, to look at what are the policies that we learn from the information we gather, and how do we change policies, how do we improve on things, what kind of expenditures of money would help us implement things, what laws, if appropriate, are necessary, what type of employment practices are necessary, all of those things that will go into whatever the results are that come out of this. So I think I'm particularly impressed that both of our two speakers hold doctorates. That shows the academic rigor that goes into this. Those of us who don't have doctorates, David, you and me, you know, we cashed in our chips a little earlier in the process. But I think it is important for anybody who's watching this to realize the intent of this is to be all-inclusive. And whatever country you may hail from or your heritage is from, we want that to be represented in this study. I had these conversations with Martha. She reminds me how many different countries identify themselves as part of the general Latino world. And I noticed that when we include Portuguese, we include countries that may self-define in a different way. But whether it's Portugal or Brazil or any countries of that nature, they too are part of this survey. So we appreciate very much, again, Dr. Takula and the leaders in Pace University. We have a number of operating relationships with Pace. We work very closely with their law school under the leadership of Dean Horace Anderson on issues that relate to the law, access to counsel. Now in this area, we look to this cooperative relationship. And again, Dr. Martinez-Lopez, your leadership here is tremendous. We appreciate it. This is all voluntary leadership. These people are standing here giving time without compensation, and that is a great effort. And I might add, in their own communities, they're making efforts and outreach. Evelyn has been very active in the White Plains community with the Puerto Rican community, big festival this year, and a host of other different activities. So these are not people with extra time on their hands. These are people that have made a commitment for public service, and we respect all of that. So if there's any questions that you have relative to this, you're welcome to direct it either to the Westchester County Executive Branch here at 995-2900, ask for communications, and we'll channel it in the right direction, or to the Board of Legislators, the 17 members, David and his 16 colleagues, at 995-2800. But as this survey rolls on, we'll give you an updated report, and we look forward to the report. We look forward to the survey, and then we look forward to the report when it's over. And again, let me thank again Dr. Carmen Martinez-Lopez, who heads the advisory board, Dr. Rebecca Takula, who I guess is leading the academic charge from within PACE, and all the other members who are both here and are perhaps watching, who serve us on the Hispanic Advisory Board. Let me close by saying we have programs that we deal with in the Hispanic Latino community. We have programs in the African American community. Barbara Edwards leads that group. We have Marjorie Hsu and those that lead in the AAPI community. We have work ahead of us in the Arab American community, and all of these different things. We're trying to embrace the diversity of Westchester. As I like to say, the first two letters of Westchester is we, W-E, and it's a large group. And as we talk about these issues, it's very important that we tie it into specific actions and specific improvements so that people actually see not just a sentiment, but they see a result. I'm George Latimer, Westchester County Executive. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to reporting more on this wonderful initiative in the days to come. Have a good day.